2,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
2.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the BAB-Cast. Thank you for joining in. Talk about some badass building, badass booze, badass balls, badass babes, badass business. As always, it's Eric here with Mr. Matthew Dynick, Mr. Kelly Fort, Mr. Nick Eckert.
What episode?
This is episode 12.
Made
it to 12.
Don't say that.
Give us a like, give us a subscribe. Make sure you comment. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear more of, what you're interested in, if we're hitting on the right topics. So don't have a guest this episode.
Well, hold on.
Do we have a guest? We don't know. We'll see what happens.
We won't, because we just got started, and I'm going to investigate.
We're angling for a guest.
We are angling.
Also, dulce de leche made by Haagen-Dazs. That ice cream is so damn good.
You would be our ice cream.
If we ever want to do an episode on ice cream, I'm all for
that. It might be as exciting as our Kia talk episode.
Could be. Yeah. Be drunk on ice cream by the end of the night.
So we got
episode 12.
Building stuff to talk.
Big time news.
What's going on?
Well, I'd have to dig back through the archives to figure out which episode it was that he wouldn't let me talk about it, but it had to be early.
I think it was 1 through 9.
It was 1 through till now. But I feel like we had a pretty cool breakthrough. And I mean, it's just the first step of what we're trying to do. So, we've got to figure it out. And considering we have anywhere between 10 to 12 viewers on YouTube, I have chances of getting it done. We have officially submitted and it's been accepted a request to split a 5.5. This real quick. Total acreage. Let me see. View, rotate, counter, zoom. 1.29. I'll add it up for you because I can't do the math myself. 1
acres. So, how many steps are there to this process?
Very first thing we're trying to do is get the overall lot.
How many bits is this going to cost?
2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All for the Wildcats stand up and holler. That's an actual, I swear, that's the only reason why I know that there's 8 bits and $1.
Sponsored by Broken Spoke Trivia Night.
Sponsored by Trivia.
What place did you guys finish in?
Second.
Even 2.
Scott Schrodedick Arnold created 2. He's gotten so power hungry that he's created 2 teams. But hold on, back to the development. Hold on, I want to get into that too because the gauntlet has been thrown. Okay. So a little over 5.25 acres. We're going to divide it into 2 residential lots. We're going to try to divide it into 2. Well, we're going to try to divide it into 3 residential lots. Okay. So 1 big 5-acre lot, 3 smaller lots. I've sold, if we can do that, I've sold one of the lots to a friend of ours from golf, friend that's been made through some Alamogordo contacts, Jim Burrell, who is good friends with Nigel Rayner and Lou Salas. So
I know Jim pretty
Jim,
good. Yeah.
So Jim's going to buy one, and he wants to build a house with us. So that's going to be cool. And we have a couple of leads on the bigger lot, but they're off in this residential area. The back side of the lot fronts a completely different road, and we won't get into specifics on where it is, but we want to then split it and then rezone it to be an R2 designation, which would allow us, funny story, we're literally like, I don't know why we miscalculate. I thought it was 16 units per acre, and everything seemed like, oh, we're good, but it's 15 units per acre, and we can literally get 39 units, and our design is for 42, so we're trying to, or for 40, and we're like 1.02 acres off of having the right amount. It's like, it's kind of comical. It's like, God damn it.
Well, just one of the units can be like a penthouse.
Well, what we're going to pitch to them is one's going to be a model.
Oh, okay.
Also, lots of models in penthouse.
Yep.
Penthouse.
Circle.
I've always been more of a hustler guy.
Is penthouse even still around?
For sure it is. Penthouse Pets, man.
Well, now that I have an excuse to Google that.
But no, our goal is partnering with a friend, Kevin Edgington, and his lovely significant other, Rachel Rice. And our goal is to try to build 40 units, 5, 3, 8 plexes. So
nice. What's the square footage of each unit?
I want to say Matt probably remembers better than I do, but I want to say over 1,000. So with
they're good size. They're good size. Yeah, they're big. They're like 1,000. Well, the two's like almost 1,000, and then the 3 is a little over. It's like 1,100 or 1,200. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good size. They're nice.
2 and 3 bedrooms. The
nice.
2s. Actually, you know what? I actually think we went with all 3s.
Really?
On this concept.
Okay.
I don't think we I mean, we could always reevaluate, but same number of bathrooms and an extra room, no one's ever going to be like, I couldn't use, like, I needed 2, but I couldn't handle a 3. You know what I mean? Like it'll work. The cool thing about the 2 bedrooms is it's legitimately like 2 master suites. It's a cool design.
Oh, that's nice.
I think at the end of the day, it'll never hurt to have more 3 bedrooms than not.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
I also don't think there's a lot of apartments that have 3 bedrooms.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to look.
That's a good question.
The little one up the street, what is it? The View Apartments? No 3 bedrooms. So, we'll play around with that. We've started the conversation. The application's been accepted, and
nice.
Our goal is, as builders and entrepreneurs and someday developers, is to, these are the type of situations where you create additional streams of revenue, additional assets. They're investment opportunities. And right now, one of the biggest things that I know that we're going to have to do, and Matt was talking to me about it yesterday, the city of Las Cruces has an overall comprehensive plan on what it wants to do from a residential standpoint called Elevate Las Cruces. Mm-hmm. And what Matt and I are going to have to do is become very acclimated with what it wants so that we can pitch this as as aligning with their vision, as aligning with what they want to do. We think this is a slam dunk, but the beautiful thing about dealing with any city, entity, agency is you never know who wants to get in the way. The cool thing is, our partners own the property already, so it's all, it's essentially all. Their goal was to invest in the project by contributing the property. So it now Matt and I are going to sit down and learn Elevate Las Cruces like the back of our hand.
So what's like a realistic timeline from this first sort of step one to maybe breaking ground? Like really like a optimistic timeline.
If we can be moving dirt this time next year, I'd be ecstatic.
Nice.
Because the steps that this has to take as a non-administrative replat, and then the only thing we might get lucky on is if we can get the replat done and split into 3 lots, there might be an opportunity if our vision aligns with the city of Las Cruces, the Elevate Las Cruces vision. Our hope is that we can get the rezoning done administratively. One of the reasons that I think that we have a good argument is that it's next to commercial property to the south, and directly across the street is R2 zoned property. So we're not asking for anything that isn't already.
Yeah, it's not a big ask. And I think it actually is one of the rare instances where it would make sense, where it's like, it's not like we're asking for the moon. It's something
not like an island in the middle of something.
Right. And it wouldn't be a big disruptor to the neighborhood, I don't think. I think it actually would fit nicely, and kind of given the fact that there's already it's essentially, there's an industrial business right behind it. So I don't really see how, it'd be a big ask to ask for that zoning. There's a landscaping business right behind it.
Another cool aspect. When we rezone it, or when we split it, the lot owner immediately adjacent to us is our partner.
Oh, nice.
So when someone goes,
yeah,
"Hey, are you objecting to this?" and he's like, "Nope. I'm good."
The only disruption to the neighborhood is a Tesla flying through there at like 200 miles an hour.
No, not to the neighbor. The access to the other lots is from the neighborhood. This completely different street. It would completely isolate it from the neighborhood. You would access it from that primary thoroughfare.
Nice.
So it's pretty slick. And
Cool.
the next big step is we'll see how this goes. We're hoping to have a conversation with an important person in the process, maybe tomorrow. It was supposed to be today, but you don't get too huffy with someone when they're the one that can help. You just, okay, look, whenever you can holler. But the most exciting thing for us was that I've never submitted anything like this. We're doing it all on our own. We're not hiring, handling this internally, and submitted it, and the city accepted it instantly. And Matt can attest, we tried to help a friend build a freaking shed, a tough shed in his backyard, and it was like denied.
Oh, God, yeah.
Denied. Like, you need this. And
that was tough. That was so frustrating. And it's just like not even a big caliber thing. It was just like, man, we're just trying to help him get
no bathroom, no, just I want to fucking
yeah, he was debating whether or not he was even going to wire the darn thing with power and lights. It's like, God dang, but hey, there's different regs. Learned a lot about, and I did learn something through that process about flood zones and what their kind of concerns are, which is kind of cool. I didn't understand that the concern through that process was that when they want a structure that can withstand a flood. So it's not necessarily that you'd have to like build an anthill and then put the thing on it, but they want a structure that wouldn't just kind of implode under a flood. So it ended up having to happen with that thing, and what was the ultimate solution to this flood zone issue was that it had to be built on stem walls. So The reason being is that in the event of a flood, they didn't want all of that water pressure that would build around the structure in the event of a flood to cause the structure to kind of, imagine the walls doing this, you know, as that pressure built up and blow off the bottom plate, and then the structure fall, you know, basically be destroyed by that. So that the solution is to have concrete walls up to, I think it was 20, I don't remember exactly the height, maybe 30 inches or something like that, just to withstand that flood and it not potentially have it wash away. But the problem is that if that's what you want, or if that's the solution, say that works. Say that this is what you should do, you know, or that we're only, this is the type of construction we're going to be looking for. Which is kind of the frustration, is like, just yeah,
solution.
Right.
Does it, like, in say in the county, like the weird areas where like arroyos are coming down, like Rossoff Hills or something, that area east of the Bosque Park, or west of the Bosque Park, like, so they have all those drainage issues in that area, and so you build a house on there, you can't the flow, right? The flow has to be able to make it down to the river or something.
You can't. Right. You actually can't even increase the flow. So you do something and build an impervious structure where if you were like, oh, water's landing on my roof and running off, and this much water didn't used to do that, you actually have to, you can't ever increase pre-existing flow conditions. You have to detain, retain, whatever you have to do to control your impact on anyone potentially downstream.
So whatever comes into your property, the equal amount has to go out.
Equal or less.
Equal or less.
And it's mostly talking about like peak conditions. So it's not saying that you can't eventually push more off, but you have to control it. Like the calculations behind it still to this day, even though I worked with people who were really good at it, it was never something I fully grasped. Especially not coming through the civil engineering program.
It's hard. I mean, so with the schools, I've dealt with some calculations, and I would up the sizing of the thing just for two factors. So like when we were talking about like water retention, those Kel, I think they're called like infiltrators, but I know the brand is Storm Tech, and you guys have probably seen them, like they're about to build on a job site, and then you see these big arches. They're like big yellow arches that they'll like drop off at the very beginning. Mm-hmm. You dig a big pit, and then you put gravel at the bottom, and before the gravel, you kind of start the tortilla of a big burrito, right? So this is like this like geotech fabric that's like the tortilla. So you put this tortilla in the big pit, and you leave it overhanging on either ends, and you start filling it in with gravel. Then you install these arches, and then backfill with gravel, and then finally wrap the burrito with the intent of keeping the sand from kind of intermingling with the gravel. And what's cool about them is that you can take the storm water off the building or whatever and not pump it, but direct it into this system, and it'll infiltrate into the ground, kind of like a leach line on a septic tank, but it'll have a really big capacity to deal with like a really big roof or something like that. And all the times I've ever messed with them, I've just always upped the size, because you want to be able to kind of future proof it, because eventually like silt and kind of stuff will build up in them, and it'll kind of reduce their ability. But some of the calculations that it even shows on the owner, like not the owner's manual, but like the installation manual, it's like calculus. It's like it's tough stuff, and kind of depending on what kind of surface. Luckily, the easiest one is non-permeable, because that's almost always what I'm dealing with, is like trying to take like roof water and store it and have it go somewhere. But once you start talking about trying to deal with like certain soils or grass or whatever, like there's a certain amount of absorption that those surfaces have that has to be kind of in the equation of how much rain you're going to be dealing with and all that. So there is a lot of math to it, and it is a little bit of a complicated calculation to deal with some of those. What would be the term, like hydrology, Kel? Is it
hydrology?
Hydrology, yeah. Yeah.
So the flow. So the hydraulics is essentially the flow of water over land and how it, depth of flow. Hydrology is once it starts to infiltrate, and go underground. Gotcha. I believe. I could be wrong.
No, I mean, that sounds right. That sounds right. I mean, and it's fascinating to the level of computer modeling that they've come up with. I was fortunate enough to be on be a fly on the wall, essentially, for a really cool meeting about some issues at Centennial High School on the back there, where we're trying to take care of some washout that's happening, and just the computer modeling that they can do to represent what's going on, and it even over the course of, you know, how old Centennial to 2012, so it's just about 10 years old. In that 10-year period, you can watch these sat images and watch all of the arroyos kind of morphing. It's bizarre, man. Like you think about things kind of just, think about things in terms of like geology. Oh, it's geolo, that's even kind of a joke. You say like you're moving like at the speed of, geology or whatever. But like our arroyos are kind of always shifting and adjusting because of the washout of stuff. And it blew my mind to kind of pull up, the Google Earth image and then go 2010, 2011, and you kind of watch it all shift, and they can use all of that sat image to kind of create a
could you buy a piece of property that was like basically a big arroyo and just build a house on stilts?
You could do a lot of things, but
you do that by the ocean.
Do that. There's plenty
Amazon
to build. Yeah. It's like when someone's like, hey, can you build us a basement? It's like, you own an acre. Just add a room. You don't get we're not building you a goddamn basement. We're not
people like to go downstairs, Kelly.
No reason. No. Everyone's like, man, 2-story houses are the worst. And then you
tornadoes.
You built the same thing. It's garbage. It's dumb.
What about for a shooting range?
Oh yeah. No. That's not a basement.
Okay.
That's an underground shooting range.
So that's what people are just gonna come to you and ask for a shooting range, and then be like, I don't want to finish this shooting range.
I need a now that we're at it, I need a bathroom and I want some
Exactly how you should trick me by doing it. Because then I'm like, dude, I'm in now. But the funny thing about flow at water, the
progressive
lady.
Yeah, the funny thing about flow
is great.
She still has a job.
How much do you think she's made?
About flood and arroyos and everything is that development, as soon as development happens upstream, everything changes. And we've gone and looked at some lots that people are like, I am so afraid of, like, this must be like the mighty Mississippi when it rains. And it's like, I don't know. I can't tell. Like, let's walk up here, and all of a sudden you go up one lot up, and you see that someone's built their pad and blocked everything off. And so now the water's directed in a different direction, and it doesn't even come down the arroyo that it used to go down. And so, it's crazy how that works and what happens. But it's why you really have to get out there and investigate if you really think that there's going to be an issue. And when you investigate, you end up generally walking. If I go out to look at a lot, I'll walk as far as I can walk. I mean, 100 feet, 200 feet at a time. No problem. And you guys didn't get that joke? That was kind of funny.
I thought you were bragging.
All right, I was looking up what Flo made for her commercials.
She has a net worth of $6 million.
Yeah,
that's it.
She makes $1 million per year or so.
That's bullshit. She's like the spokesperson for that whole thing.
I think that AT&T girl's net worth is. You know what I'm talking about.
I like her net worth.
But no, you got to get up there and explore. We've got a cool project that's coming to fruition on a lot way up the mountain with a gigantic. Matt hasn't been to it yet, but I'm gonna take him up there, and I guarantee you, he's gonna be like, "You seriously want to build a house here?" And then we'll walk up a little bit, and he'll be like, "Oh, no problem." It's crazy. It's crazy how stuff changes, and like Matt said. A pad's built and water is directed around, and now it goes to a completely different arroyo. Yeah.
I like how everybody got quiet.
Well, it's just mostly me talking. I was just like, hold on, what do we got going on there?
$3 million for the AT&T girl.
That's her net worth? Dang.
She just started. I mean, how long has Flo been here?
Flo's been here since
the 80s.
Flo's doing
1989.
all the characters.
Guys, I think I'm just like right now I'm on board with women's rights. I'm kind of pissed off that this is all, they're not paying these ladies enough money for how awesome they are. Because Flo is pretty awesome. She's pretty funny.
What does
And
the dude get
AT&T
paid that
girl
does
is
like
super
all the accidents where he gets involved in every accident? What does that guy get paid?
I just want to know how Matt got on women's rights all of a sudden.
That's
Like,
all.
This is a breaking news.
It's a smoke. Matt's gaslighting everyone. There's 3 things that Matt doesn't care about, and one of them we've talked about already.
All right. Any other building?
Oh yeah, on the
No.
construction side of things, I sent you guys that link for the robots.
Robots.
Dennis Hasper is worth $14 million.
No. That's the Allstate. That's the Allstate guy. The black guy.
Yeah.
The guy that gets into all the accidents.
Hey, Kel, thanks for pointing that out. I just noticed he was black right now.
Yeah, dude, that's Pedro Serrano, man. That dude's an actor.
Yeah.
Like he's been
badass.
in big movies.
No.
I was thinking, what's the other guy though?
The Mayhem guy.
The Mayhem, yeah.
Yeah.
How much does he make?
Oh, the guy that was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the Vulture.
No. He was in John Wick 1. And he was on Law and Order for a little while. Criminal Intent.
Everybody's been on Law and Order.
Yeah, every human that's ever acted has. I've been on one episode.
Yeah.
It's not an important one. Let me see here. Nick.
Keith
So this
Pembroke.
Who is
What?
it?
Is that the guy? Looks
Who?
like the same guy.
Bring it to the chair.
Keith Pembroke.
I don't recognize the name.
Mayhem.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's him.
Yep.
What's his net worth? Was he on Boondock Saints?
He looks familiar as Boondock Saints.
Heath.
Sort of.
Oh, I thought you
character.
said Heath. I was like, Heath doesn't sound right.
I don't know what's going on here.
Dean Winters.
I don't even know how that came up.
That
was his real name's Dean Winters.
Oh,
Keith Pembroke was the
Okay.
oh.
that was his name on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I was really confused as well.
Confused the shit out of me.
Net worth is only $5 million.
See, Matt, dude, everyone's doing okay. Flo's worth more than Keith Pembroke.
So these robots, this Austrian company, I misspoke. I thought it was Australian, but it's
Good day.
Austrian. Yeah, good day, mate. Razor blades.
Rise up, lights.
So they're making 2 robots that are supposed to sort of help with like heavy lifting. They can each haul like a ton of material, like bricks or crap like that. And one of them's more specialized, it's like sand drywall and do crap like that.
Oh, really?
Would you guys ever buy one of these if they come to market in the US?
No.
Why not?
We should.
No way. No.
I mean, what if you guys are doing some sort of brick wall and you can buy a robot for like $1,000 and it can haul everything you need to for the next 18 projects?
One, you can't buy it for $1,000.
Well,
Probably true.
2,
I'm talking Australian money.
No. Unfortunately, the problem with our industry is, let's see, what's this guy do?
See, what does he do? He just follows people around and pours cement on them.
He's the safety inspector.
what would be good is if it was just like a construction shit talking robot that just kind of like just did construction shit talking as it followed you around and just made fun of you, and
You definitely need a guy that knows
called you a bunch of names in Spanish that you didn't understand.
Yeah, you're still paying this guy with this iPhone to
Go back. No,
program
a
him.
little bit. How much? What was the capacity? Hold
1 ton heavy load.
So it just does like a transit level that we own one, 500 kilograms.
Nice. That's a lot.
Is that even 7 pounds? I don't understand the metric system.
No,
This is
I
just
don't want that robot.
Plain brick hull 1 ton.
It'll drill a hole.
Ooh.
You could have just sent this.
It's probably got a
house
drill
and
for like a
take off the back.
$7,000 upgrade.
Look at this.
$7,000.
Look at that sanding that I did. It can work for 8 hours.
8 hours. That's a full day's worth.
Yeah.
I know a lot of construction workers who don't work 8
It can
hours.
weld.
My favorite thing would be if we just sent it over to Eric's house and we're like, dude, hope this finishes your house, man.
Finish it up.
You send it over and then you have the owner download the app.
Download the software and just do it themselves.
It's just completely fucking your house up. You're like, I'm gonna go in the room, man. I don't know.
Sorry, send the wrong attachment. Ooh, check that
You can
out.
go upstairs. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Doesn't matter. You don't have stairs in your houses, so
That's right. They
Fuck that.
only down to the shooting range.
No,
Lay down to the.
I don't.
look, it works at night. It has
It comes with a light, dude. It only works 8 hours. How does it ever work at night?
I feel like we're
little
not supposed to be
trays.
watching this. I feel like this is kind of like robot reproduction.
painting. Oh, it does everything.
Oh, painting's got to be amazing.
Dude,
You know what? You know what? Though?
Marking.
If there ever was something to automate
Bricklaying.
in a house, though, I'm not even kidding. If there ever was something to automate that a robot could probably do, and I don't mean this as
lifts
any
weights,
insult.
look.
I don't mean this as any insult to painters, but one of the attributes to a really, really good sprayer is like that that just like almost robotic, like when you watch a guy really like spray paint well, it's almost like a robotic like consistency where you have like a 50% overlap on each time you spray. So I could see at some point, I don't know what the timeline would be, but I could see at some point having, you know, somebody who could really spray well, because when you're working to get good at spraying, it's all about just getting that overlap perfect as you go back and forth. And it's already something that's kind of mechanized in the sense that like the sprayer's doing the work for as far as pumping the paint, but locking in that 50% overlap as you work your way up.
Yeah.
So the starting price is 150,000 euros.
Oh, that's like $1,000.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Dude,
It's like, Nick, you're gonna have like, you can just buy it with like 8 Dogecoin here in about seven weeks. You're just gonna be able to, we'll have 7 of them.
If Dogecoin takes off, I'm gonna buy you guys one.
Love it.
Not that we're gonna be working in it at all, but
no. So it was how many? It was 150,000 euros.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Buy us a Bobcat and a backhoe. Same price.
Right.
none of us are working anymore.
No,
Right.
dude, imagine how fun it would be to just have that. We would just drive out to
true.
the desert and tear shit
Yeah.
up.
That would be
Allegedly.
fun.
Not protected desert, BLM.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
sorry.
Just Matt's house.
Just we'll move all the dirt back to whence it came.
So that's roughly 180,000 US.
Yeah, no. We'll get a Bobcat and a backhoe.
Did
It's
you
gonna be
carry? Did you
tough.
carry the one? I think that's off.
Who's gonna buy that?
I think a euro's like $1.20.
Is it really that much?
Yeah.
At some point, it was almost $2, wasn't it?
It's $1.20 right now. So it's pretty close to
I
that.
don't know, but who's gonna buy that? Like anybody?
Do
That's
the
why,
English
like,
do the English use pounds again, or are they on the euro?
Australians don't have guns, and so now they're inventing worthless fucking robots.
It's probably exactly how that worked out. Kel, while you're up, give me some ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is interesting.
I'm always interested in the latest and greatest technology when it comes to construction. I saw some cool stuff as far as and it wasn't about the process, but it was about the product. And like there are some really neat things that I don't remember the I might have been on WSJ or something, but it was kind of like about like in these New York City apartments, ironically, because like I know a lot of people are moving out, but they had like some cool ways that they were automating the apartments to kind of make the spaces bigger. We're like kind of disappearing furniture and like that kind of stuff, which I thought was kind of neat. I'm really interested in like kind of the building automation thing where like, you know, kind of tying things together. I think more and more kind like the Nest thermostat might be one of the most amazing little game changers that just if anybody wanted to upgrade their house, being able to control the thermostat remotely or set the programs kind of in detail and have it kind of learn your occupancy and all that is one of the biggest money savers you can kind of create, especially, you know, on an older home where they're a little bit more leaky and they're gonna, you know, you're not going to be kind of containing that energy or that air conditioned air that you kind of paid for. So all of those types of upgrades I think are really, really cool, and kind of thinking through like how like there's going to be improvements and what those improvements are going to be is always something that's interesting to me. So product and that kind of thing, which I think could kind of tie into that segment about lumber prices and kind of something that me and Kelly are kicking around as far as where we're looking at taking the business, looking at taking the product and wanting to kind of explore. So I'm going to go get ice and I'll let Kelly kick that part off.
Lumber prices. Are you guys going to start making your own lumber?
They planted some trees this year.
We're just, you know, we're going to, the problem is that right now with building a custom home, there's no other way to do it without lumber. So I know, Matt, like there's aspects of the house, maybe the sheathing, maybe the system that we're putting in place to put stucco. But when we're building houses from a custom standpoint with the level of flexibility that we need, we just can't deviate from lumber. So it's nothing we can do. So there's
what about metal? Is a metal building cheaper, like a metal frame?
No, well,
not yet.
Yeah.
Weren't you talking about using something else, Matt?
Yeah, so we've been kicking it
Lego.
around, and there's some interesting. It's going to be a dance. So we're kind of in the middle of trying to figure this piece out because sheathing prices. What sheathing is like the plywood or the OS. Most people say it's plywood, but it's OSB, oriented strand board. It's that kind of or wafer board. It's that kind of plywood looking stuff, you know, that goes on the perimeter of the house. And you're going to need OSB for the decking, which is like what the roof is. So in a way, we're looking at kind of like a hybrid model of construction where we with my experience with things from kind of a restoration standpoint and some of the projects that I've that me and Kelly have taken on trying to deal with fixing some problems on older houses. What we've seen is that there's really a flaw with the stucco system, like really, really an inherent flaw with how it's done. And it's the way it's been done. It's the way it's been done for forever, you know, and it's a good system. It holds up, but it requires a lot of maintenance. And a lot of times people don't do that maintenance, right? They don't keep up with it. So little problems turn into really, really big problems without the proper, you know, upkeep. But one of the things that's really, really important is what's behind the stucco. What's really ultimately keeping the moisture off the structure and preventing, you know, real catastrophic type problems. And we're kicking around some kind of newer technologies that and what opened kind of the door to this was just that lumber prices and sheathing prices are so expensive. You're going, well, if I'm going to pay this much for a piece of plywood, now that kind of opens the door to these systems that are more advantageous from that kind of moisture standpoint. So, you know, more to come. We haven't really settled on one. We've been kicking around a lot of, what do you call those, Kel? Like product data sheets, you know, we've been kicking that stuff around. We've been kind of, you know, Yeah, product data. Yeah, kind of digging into kind of some systems, some different structural systems, some different stucco or cladding systems, and trying to look into ways that if we're going to be paying through the teeth on some of that stuff, well, what other alternatives do we have at that price point? And if we're going to be paying that, could we offer an alternative that not only is a like cost neutral type thing, but is it an added benefit for the customer to have something a little bit more technologically advanced?
Oh, like that cork spray I told you guys about.
Yeah, kind of like the cork spray. Yeah, there's definitely some. So there are some similarities to that cork spray with some of the systems we're looking at, and it's continuous insulation. It's deviating from cementitious materials, because what you end up dealing with cementitious materials is it's only as good as the group mixing it on site. The system could be great on paper, could be perfect, but if there's ratio issues with how they're doing sand and cement, if the temperature is really hot and it's not being, the proper precautions aren't being taken care of, there's too many what's the word I'm looking for? Potential pitfalls. There's too many ways that something can really get deviated or knocked out of the norm for it.
What about plastic wood?
Plastic wood,
like made out of recycled plastic, like you could use it as a decking material or something like that.
Like a synthetic.
Yeah, like a synthetic product, a wood composite or something.
Yeah.
What that can only be used on like decks and things like that, though, right? That can't be used for like framing or anything.
Correct. Is that stuff doesn't have certain structural integrity. It has extreme weatherproof, but I don't know. I'm tired of talking about construction. Let's talk all day, every day. Let's talk about something else.
Next episode, let's not talk about construction at all.
None, just none. No construction.
Let's talk about.
We've got cool stuff happening. We're really excited about some of the developments to do, but from a construction standpoint, all we do is just open our fucking computers each day and find out that lumber is straight raw dogging us.
Yeah.
Well, according to our if the U.S. would change their tariffs on that, they would all be taken care of. So
correct. There's some interesting aspects to that I'd be very interested in learning a little more on, because it's just like
Fortune magazine says that it's about to spike even higher.
Ocean magazine?
Fortune.
Ocean magazine.
I was like, that's a horrible name.
Let's just go buy out whatever Home Depot has, and then we'll sell it for just a little bit less.
Let's go rob a lumberyard. Did you see that text that Burkett just sent?
Yeah. Crazy.
That's bad news. Bad. That's tough. Tough.
Matt, did you see it?
Yeah.
$400,000 swing on Doge.
I've had bad news like that, but not to that extent. That's nuts.
That's insane.
He was like, 2 million fucking Dogecoin. Oh,
wow. That's rough. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to sleep.
I wonder what his profit was at 9 cents, though. I mean, not nearly as much as what it is right now at like 25 cents, but
it was probably, because I want to say it's probably double.
Wow, it's up to 30 cents right now.
Wow.
Nice.
But it's dropping a little bit right now.
Sell. Just kidding.
Yeah, dude, it's dropped. Dude, it was My
33.
at
How much-
8:30, my initial $100 investment hit $760.
Wow.
Yeah, I bought that so I could come back in 10 years and be like, hold on, let me look at this. Although the problem is you can't not hear about it.
yeah. Not being on social media and everyone's talking about it.
Dude,
I made a quick
nonstop.
on the market. I made a quick there was a little announcement. It was just a weird news play, but there was an announcement about GM having a production halt. I don't know if you guys heard about that. So there was
Aren't most of the companies having production halts?
Well, it was the first one to really hit the news, I think. So once that hit, I bought puts before the prices changed, and I didn't go nuts, but I think I made like $600 or something like that off of it was like nothing nuts. It was I don't remember the exact details of the puts for the options guys out there who there's probably like not even one who listened to this, but it wasn't anything. It wasn't a crazy investment. It was like $1,000 or something like that I played. And
what's the reason of all these halts?
Oh, there's a chip shortage. Oh, that's a good question. So yeah, there's a chip shortage.
I did hear that.
Yeah. So there's a chip shortage because those dadgum computer chips are so important to the operation of the vehicle. They literally can't function without them. So when they couldn't get a hold of those chips, they had to say, you know what, like they can get them done to whatever extent, but they can't finish cars without the chips. So there's been really big issues. What I find fascinating actually on that same note is I was on the Tesla website, and Tesla is still saying that they're cranking them out. If you ordered a Model S right now, they're saying 8 weeks, which is like nothing. I mean, that's like nothing has happened to them, which I don't. And the other day,
Elon's back there making chips himself.
I wonder where they're sourcing them from, or if they are making them. I don't think they're making them themselves, but I wonder if they've sourced them from some place that they're not
Vietnam.
Vietnam. I don't know where Tesla's chips are coming from, or if they have a surplus of them, or if they maybe they got out in front of it.
Or do you think they pay for them with dongs?
I hope so. No, one of the things we all need to sit down, and we do need to discuss the market, because there's opportunities here, and I just don't I feel like it's time to move some money around, do something, identify those something that is kind of ready to rock. But what's weird is that it just feels like we should be getting back to normal, and we're still not. It's still like, there's still no travel hardly. It's everything's still so limited that I'm having a hard time figuring out what the F, where are the opportunities?
I don't know. I'm kicking myself. Obviously, everybody kicks themselves when they look at things they've thought about in the stock market. But like, of quarantine, SeaWorld was at like $7, and I looked today. I hadn't looked in quite a while, and SeaWorld's up to almost $60.
No shit.
Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, in California is relatively locked down. There's a SeaWorld in San Antonio, and maybe one other one.
Orlando.
You're talking about
and San Antonio.
You talking about whale jail?
They don't do whales anymore.
Good. I'm tired of whales getting fucked like that.
Like, explain to me why a year ago today, crude oil is at $15, $13.62, and it's been on a steady rise the entire year. The high was the high in the last 11 months is 65, and it's 63.46, and like, company's doing better.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, unless OPEC is somehow still artificially like holding down the prices in other spots or something. I don't know.
I'm really shocked that some of my oil stocks have not performed.
Taken off.
I would hope. And then, dude,
There's one that a friend of mine from college, I'm on a text group with a couple of my college roommates, and he works in the financial sector, and it's TNK. If you want to look up that, he said that that's a buy if it's under $14. Historically, it's jumped up pretty good. And he's pretty dialed into politics and how some of this shit plays out, but I guess it's got some crazy dividend stuff, and price to earnings ratios that are pretty nuts. So TNK tank or something like that is, I guess, what it goes by.
TK tankers. But
that
what's
what it is?
weird is it's closer to its week low than it is its 52-week high.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
I already have enough money in boats, so I don't need any more boats.
we got too much in tops.
Yeah.
Hey, why has every weed stock just eaten shit?
Yeah, it's so weird. It had that really hot, like 2-week period there where it just shot up.
Like, oh, it's gonna be legal. Oh, now
Yeah.
it's getting legal. So
Yeah, who cares about that?
Well, I think
that
I think
was-
what it is that there a lot of those were Canadian companies, and so I think that people kind of sobered up to the fact that, like, how much access
Our
are those-
policy has zero impact on them.
But right. Well, how much? Yeah, what kind of regulatory crap would need to happen to have marijuana cross international borders legally? And that there's a lot of hurdles to that. I think when it's legalized here, I would be interested to find out like what, because I think that's an inevitability. I mean, New Mexico's going legal. Is it legal to consume like as of July? Is that what's been we determined? Is something like that?
I don't
I don't know
it
either.
doesn't matter what we determined.
Well, I mean, it's fair.
I think it's.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's going to be legal to. You're going to be able to have the amount on you, and you won't get arrested or a ticket or whatever. But consumption, I think, is still next year. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, I'd heard like April of next year, they're going to give themselves a year to sort of work out the kinks as far as regulation, all the selling regulations, the different taxes that are going to be imposed, things like that. So I think we're on the right track. Yeah, we could probably have whatever that amount is. I don't even know what the amount is, but
So this is an article back in 2019. This is going back to the Tesla chip thing. And it was Samsung Electronics was going to manufacture chips in Austin, Texas in 2019 was the plan. So I wonder if that's where they're getting chips from now, which is why they haven't ran into a production issue because of not importing them. They've been making them here in Texas, or not here in Texas, but, across next state over here in the United States. So anyway, I think that's interesting. I just kind of found this playing around, but that would make sense why you can order a Model S right now, and they'll get it to you in 2 months.
well, what makes sense is Elon probably has all his kids. He has 17 kids, and they're all making little chips right now.
Hey, are you complaining about American jobs?
Yeah, they're all underage.
I was just searching through Twitter, and that big monster of a dude, Robert Frank, that I occasionally send you guys videos of.
The one he like literally writes like asshole douchey poems.
Yeah.
He writes poems. I think he needs to be called out for that. He writes poems, and he has these like poetic rants where they all rhyme and stuff.
He was hospitalized, dude. He's been in the hospital for 35 days, and he had
because of COVID.
No. Oh God, he fucked COVID, so that'd have been crazy. But something happened. 5 feet of intestines were removed, and he's lost 80 pounds.
No,
Damn.
man.
He's curling 5-pound dumbbells, and he's like, dude, this shit's heavy.
Dude, that's horrible. I have an uncle who had some intestine removed, and that's hard.
Wow.
That's really, really hard. Poor dude, man.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him in a while, so I follow him. I think he's funny. I don't.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Yeah, he was so fun. He is so strong. He'd be on there with his tits popping and like just rhyming away about how he's gonna smash all these chicks.
I don't agree with like 80% of what he says, but the dude's fucking
He's
entertaining.
funny. Yeah, he's just entertaining. Yeah, it's going on these.
Yeah, crazy.
What does he say? Size is the prize.
Gains are the goal or something.
Yeah, size is the prize.
Dude, yeah, it's crazy. Trivia, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone knows this, but our team, it reminds me of, I'm trying to think of what dynasty was destroyed from within.
The Ming.
I was gonna say Ming comes up.
Dynasty, is
Yao
that
Ming. Yao Ming, his knees.
Yao Ming Dynasty.
Yes, we were a powerhouse, and then we leave for 1 week to go to my birthday, and Scott Schroeder gets another team, and then now all of a sudden they've got a power team, and
Did they win last night?
No.
I gotta give shout outs to Scott though, because he's so competitive that he built like within 2 weeks he's built a team that's really fucking good.
He's got a team and like a minor league team.
Yeah, a farm team. I wouldn't put it past him to have.
Are you guys the farm
mentality.
team?
I would not put that past him to have that be his mentality, to be like, okay, if I got you guys going, you're doing good. If I got somebody missing, I'm bringing you up. I wouldn't put it past Scott for a fucking.
So you guys are the farm team.
That is his goddamn plan.
Oh,
no, I'm not getting on his fucking.
Yeah,
team.
we were
Who's the farm team?
He got so many people. He's basically started a new team, and he took DJ from us. And then he invited a lot of people, and he's like, you guys can start your own team. But then when his team is short, he fucking goes down to AAA, and he's like, hey, Rachel, back to
But he never comes back to us.
Meanwhile, I get there, and they're playing with 3 people in third place, and I'm just like, fuck yeah. These
We were technically like in 5th place because there was
Scott's brother. Scott is so competitive that he didn't even invite his brother to his team. Brian was playing with us.
That's right. Brian was on our team.
Yeah.
And so Scott's like, nah, man, thanks for coming to trip. My team's full, so you need to figure it out. It was like, what? Like, dude, come on.
Wow.
But the team, it's still the juggernauts that fucking beat us. The
Young
kids.
team.
Yeah.
But
We got second, lost by 2.
we've started recruiting.
Nice.
Kelly put it out there and said we're beating them next week. He straight up told them to their face.
Wow.
Next week.
Alabama has won for long enough. Clemson is in the house.
Well, Clemson
Clemson.
won a couple.
I know, but
Hey, I want to be TCU. Can we be TCU?
yes, we can.
Got to at least win a conference championship to be in this talk.
But we invited a buddy, Ryan Oxford,
Ryan
and
did great.
Ryan's really good. Ryan is
He's the hidden.
if this was like a NCAA signing day, 5-star recruit, 5-star.
Yeah, Ryan's super sharp.
Yeah. And a wide variety of knowledge as well, which is key.
Good.
One of my favorite things about Ryan is just how low key funny he is, because he's so mild mannered, but he drops these little ones where you're just like, dude, that's fucking hilarious. Like, just say it louder, because that's the funniest shit.
Do you want to know what the most telltale sign of why I know for a fact he's excited to go?
What is it?
You left, he stayed.
Oh, I love that. That makes me super happy.
Right.
That makes me super happy. And I was late as shit because I got roped into this fucking committee at work, and I was late as shit, and he was there and he was smiling and stuff. It made my day. I was like,
I think
yes!
he had a great time.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
And then we also, due to just randomness, have another 5-star recruit too. And the funniest part is how mad Lawrence got when she was like, I don't want to play with you. I want to play with them. It's Lawrence's twin sister. And
That's funny. Yeah.
she's like, and you know, we're like, it reminds me of our ventipulated days when we'd be like, hey, Josh Salmon, come play with us. And he's like, yeah, I definitely want to play with.
Yeah. See, Schroeder's going around it by building these full teams, and we just want like one or two. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't
No,
need.
we're not, dude. We're keeping it simple. Me, Matt, Eric. Boom. The core three. And now with Ryan and Laura, and then we have that one spot to flex.
Good.
Depending, you know, Jess has been a little banged up, so she's not going to be able to make it a ton. But when Ash can make it, she'll be the perfect 6.
Yeah.
If she can't, we can find that. And you know what? Even if we go with 5, I don't care. We'll win. If we just have 5 next week, we'll win. We'll win. And that's exact. The Juggernauts came over the table of
which to their credit, I think they had 4 people at their table.
5.
No, they had 5. Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
They had the 3 guys and 2 girls.
Mm-hmm. They're good. They're good. They're smart. And they come over to our table to fucking gloat every goddamn time they win. They come over and they just laugh in our face and
How many different teams are there?
Because we don't read enough.
They watch this.
Well, fuck
Good.
you, bitches. Dudes. I'm kidding. You guys are
How
cool.
many teams are there?
I'm kidding around. I like them a lot because I think it's cool that they come over and talk shit to us. It does make my night because I'm just like, these fucking it makes me want to beat them more. It makes me want to beat them even more when they come over. Yeah. No. Sorry guys, I didn't mean that. Just
the two girls are incredibly intelligent. They're sharp. They're game changers. They're game changers sharp.
Yeah.
If
you ever want to leave your team, we have an opening for one slot.
Me and Scott went. We were on K-Rate talking trivia.
So who's really winning is what I want to know.
We're on the radio, so think about that.
You know what? I had a thought about that today, Kel. Is like I think that kind of shows in a wild way what level of social media presence your accounts probably have. Because I'm kind of curious now when they plucked out you and Schroeder to go and do that deal. They have to have found some data on that because, and I was thinking about it. And since you've been plugging that, like I've watched it grow. And the amount of people that we recognize there
was 19 teams last night. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's really, really crazy. I mean, and I don't think the plug hurt on the radio. That's
on the patio or inside?
It's inside, outside.
We get to sit inside.
No, we're inside.
We get to sit inside. Lawrence didn't. Lawrence had to sit at a table outside, and he got mad about that too. But actually, as much as I like to think it's my social media presence, it's just simply strictly Lindsay Chakra, just good friend. She runs the radio station, so she's like, I want fun people over here. So by the way, I don't know if Matt, if you and Eric could set aside 7:30 to 8:30 next Wednesday, you guys could be on
7:30 to 8:30.
Yep.
On the radio?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'll find out.
If you want, like, we'll talk about it over the weekend. But what I told Lindsay would be the most fun is if we cycled through the different team, to get a little bit.
That's a good idea for sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know that I'd be able to make it. Side note, I was telling these guys at trivia, I went flying yesterday. And it was wild. There was all I've been doing is what they call being in the pattern, which is what they call, I guess we call it now because I'm a student pilot, is just practicing landing. And the wind gusts were from 9 to 20 miles an hour. So like as you're coming in, you're just getting knocked around. And we came in, we didn't change runways in time. As far as the wind sock shifted, we were just in the pattern on this certain runway. And I'm not fucking with you guys. We were coming in. It's called crabbing, where we were flying in like this to land. And at the very within the last 20 to 30 feet of coming into the runway, turning the plane in and straightening out to plop down. It wasn't me doing it. Like literally we were crabbing in. I was crabbing in. And we got down and the instructor goes, my controls. And I was like, thank you. Because I'm like, I don't know what I got to do to fucking straighten this thing out to put it down on the ground. It was fucking wild, but it was a freaking great experience. Because what made me laugh is that he was like, are you okay? Like he was trying to be like, I don't know how much of a psycho I am until something like this happens. When he was like, are you okay? Like, you got to understand that there's a lot of challenges to this. And like, today was a really
So are you going flying Wednesday morning or something? Or
No. I've just been taking a lot of time off of work is what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So but to do this, sorry, I didn't preempt that. No, good question. I just been taking a lot of time. I've been putting in a little bit of, not like full, like, but to go out for a couple hours and do my lesson and then come back. But
I can't make it next Wednesday. I have a Zoom all day from 8 to 4 next Wednesday.
Hey, all day?
That's gonna be a fun Zoom.
That sucks.
You're telling me.
Boo.
You're gonna be at home?
For that, probably, yeah.
You should
Well,
be.
that's
I might as well.
You should just get margaritas going if you're gonna do that. 8 to 4.
Margaritas. Yeah.
I just read a tweet that says, I bought $64 of Dogecoin 4 years ago for 0.002 cents a coin.
0.00.
What does that translate to now? Well, going back though, I didn't realize that I was like a psycho until my instructor was really trying to be like, hey, it's okay. I know today was a hard day. It was really frustrating. And I'm like, dude, that was the fucking coolest shit ever. Cause it was so hard getting knocked around. And because before we even got up, he was telling me the story about how there was a girl who like threw up and they haven't been able to get a hold of her since. And like we're up there and I'm going, woo! Every time you get knocked up by some wind and you're getting like thrown around and that shit, it's the funniest shit. Anyway, I can't wait to get my license so I can make you guys throw up.
Yeah. Well, we'll go up with you. He spent $64 and he now has $10,000 of Dogecoin.
Wow.
Wow.
It's not a bad return.
That's weird.
Mhm.
But no, trivia. So we threw the gauntlet down, and I told him, I said, look, we're gonna have our 8. It's gonna be me, E, Matt, Ryan, and Laura. And I'm like, dude, we're winning. We're winning. We're just gonna win. And
We would have won if Laura was on our team last time.
yes,
Because
correct.
she knew shit. Like when she had came back, boom, boom, boom. Like what we would need, the only thing that we would need is like a Gen Z who knows the new songs.
Correct. Like exactly.
Yeah, if you know Dua Lupita or I don't know.
Exactly. Like I need you to know that that's a person and not an Italian phrase. I hope you have a good morning. Dua Lipa.
That's good. Well, best of luck next week.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Nick, how long till you're allowed out of your?
Are you vaccinated yet?
Yeah, I'm fully vaccinated.
Okay. Yeah.
I have to I have to pick and choose my times that I go out because I mean I'd love to do trivia, but I'd also love to just drink and shoot the shit with you guys.
Fair.
Well, there's a lot of that going on there too.
There is a fair amount of that as well.
Yeah.
Hey, FYI, if you just came for trivia, you could legitimately keep it because it's going to start at 6:30 from now on. So
How long does it go?
An hour.
Oh, it's just 1 hour?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
So
yeah, I made it home by 9 the last time, and I hung out for a little
go
bit
get
afterward.
groceries at 6:30 every Wednesday.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Totally.
Hey,
I'm going to Sprouts.
dude, go to Whole Foods in El Paso and then just bring
yeah.
Sprouts back and be like, yeah, the bags are weird. They're recycling Sprouts bags. No, the gauntlet. It's been. Do you throw gauntlets?
think so. You could.
It's
Yeah.
like gloves.
I thought you went through a gauntlet.
I mean, yeah.
Gauntlet.
Anything interesting happening in sports, guys? I got a sport. This is sports related. It's not.
Marcus Aldridge retired.
Oh yeah. A
Murmur.
regular heartbeat.
Oh man. I
Okay, gauntlet. Gauntlet. A stout glove with a long, loose wrist.
So you could throw it.
Is that like what Robin Hood?
So
Men
you
in Tights
throw
used
down
to
your
do?
gauntlet. You throw down the gauntlet. Is you're throwing down your glove.
Now, to go through an intimidating or dangerous crowd, place, or experience in order to reach a goal.
All right.
Okay. Okay, dude, gauntlet basically means everything. There's
Yeah.
fucking no rules.
No, there's no rules when there's a gauntlet.
The Rangers got no hit.
Yeah, our Padres' first no hitter ever.
Yeah, ever. Joe Musgrave.
Yep.
A little bit Padre lover. No,
He's
the
played on, like-
Barstool Sports said Robin
on 4
Hood
different
doesn't want
teams.
Doge on the moon.
They say Robin Hood doesn't want Doge on the moon.
Yep.
Of course, Barstool thinks that.
Why?
Because
Portnoy.
Oh, he hates them.
the same one that fucked everything else up.
Yeah.
The Rangers got no hit and then went and beat the fucking Rays 3 out of 4.
Wow.
That's nice. The Rays are tough.
Yeah, the Rangers. I think the Rangers have won 4 out of 5. Let me see here.
Damn, the WA went down today.
It
Yeah.
did.
The what?
Okay,
Girl from
real,
Texas.
okay,
went
real
first.
quick. Don't look, but can any of you name a player that was drafted?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I read the article and saw a post, and I still can't remember her name.
I can't, but I do have the utmost respect for these teams. It's so much fun. They're
The
so
girl from
good.
Texas, right? She went.
Great players, and it's so much.
Me and Nick. So when Nick got us tickets to go see the Chargers Cardinals
Mhm.
preseason game,
Which
two
is
of-
also a ton of fun.
we saw the two of the top 10 fights of our lives while we were there.
Mhm.
We saw the fight in Westgate
Yep.
where the guardian angel came in. He's like, we fight one on one here.
1-on-1.
And the two guys were beating up one guy.
Mhm.
You know how fights go. And this dude came up and he just had jean shorts and like a white t-shirt on. And he just got in between them. He's like, nah, man, we fight one-on-one. And they didn't listen to him. And so they started hitting the dude again. And he hit one of them so hard.
He just
Pow! Then he
broke
knocked
his
him
head.
out. And then he fell down and his head hit on the concrete and split open. And then he was walking off like, I fucking told you. I fucking told you. And then he went to go donate blood or something. I don't know what. He's clearly a good Samaritan.
Water
And,
the plant.
Then we go to a WNBA game. We get courtside seats for like $60 a ticket.
Yeah.
And
Reiner.
and Brittany Griner and Diana Taurasi, they start a fight in the WNBA game.
Who's the girl you saw at the restaurant? Was it Tarasi?
Oh, the one where I was like, dude, there's a dude who's sitting behind me who's cussing worse than any dude I've ever heard in my life. And then when they got, I was in Sacramento, McCloskey, and this dude gets up and leaves the table, and that dude was Diana Taurasi. It was crazy. It was just like, nah, dog, fuck. We was just fucking shit, dude. We was just fucking doing work, man. You know how it is, fucking just out there, just fucking hooking up with bitches, you know. And it's like, I don't fucking know what's going on behind me. And it was Diana Taurasi. So she talks, she sounds like a dude.
But
That's hilarious.
if we ever have a chance to go to another WNBA game, we have to do it.
Oh, I would do it if we could get courtside seats. I would go.
Yeah.
Way.
It's a ton of fun.
Speaking of sports that aren't real sports, so this weekend, Formula One has a race in Italy.
That's babies, right? Formula.
Yeah, Formula One in
Okay.
Italy. It's
Formula.
the Pirelli Gran Premio del Mare. in Italy. And it is the second race of the season for Formula One. I'm actually really excited about it. I think I've probably gabbed all your ears off about how cool I think this shit is. And it's at 7 a.m. on Sunday, and you're all invited to watch it.
5 hours and 27 minutes.
No, no. Each race is about an hour long. Well, no. So the race is about an hour and a half long on Sunday morning. What's that?
When did you get into like?
Oh,
how
so
many
yeah,
weeks ago?
Yeah, this is a fun deal. So Netflix got me into Formula One. There's this really cool series called Formula One Drive to Survive, and I watched the most recent season. I think it's season 3, and they do each episode about each team. And when you kind of get into like the engineering and like the people element of it and the branding and the money and this whole thing, it's really dramatic because there's just so much. Like I think I was telling E. Mercedes budget last year was like $500 million. And that's for 2 cars and 2 drivers, or two drivers, really. I think they have multiple cars, but I'm learning. So, but 2 drivers. You have the GOAT right now, Lewis Hamilton, and then the other guy is this Danish dude. It's with a B, Bolto. Man, I feel bad because he's already pissed that he's like second fiddle to that guy. He's already pissed that he's like second fiddle to Valtteri Bottas from Mercedes.
I wonder when the last time like there was an American Formula One team.
Oh man, it's been a minute. That's for sure. Well, what country is Red Bull's origin? Where's Red Bull from?
Matt, they're in 2021. Formula One has a budget cap now of 145 million.
Wow.
So that's gonna
change shit.
Bring it back down to earth. Red Bull, I think it's an American company.
Oh, then Red Bull's like the number 2 team. Red Bull's supposed to have a better car this year because they implemented some regulations, and there's some interesting shit about. So much of it's so heavily regulated that it's just down to like even the aerodynamics of the car and the drag coefficient, like how quick the car can be on the straights and shit. And then there's a lot of strategy to like when they pit and all kinds of stuff.
Never mind. It's a Austrian company as well.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I wouldn't have
a
that.
Tag Heuer Red Bull Racing watch for $1,800.
$1,800. Goddamn.
Wow.
Wait till Monster Energy gets in and they'll be doing backflips on dirt bikes over there.
Hey.
Red Bull was founded in 1984.
Wow.
What?
I would have sworn it was founded in like 1995 or something.
Yeah, they were selling
early
2000s soda back then. Now they have it.
If you asked me when Red Bull was founded, I would have said I was clearly in college, but maybe not by much. 98.
Maybe they just started distributing it over here in 98 or 99 or something.
Where did it come from?
Austria.
Good day.
Well, one of my favorite
Another shrimp on the bobby.
My one of my favorite drivers is this dude Sergio Perez. He just got signed to Red Bull for this year. He's I think he's the only Mexican dude in Formula One. That's a great question. Sergio Perez salary, and Max Verstappen got second place against Hamilton, and only because he like got all 4 tires out of bounds in the first race of this season. It was wild, man. They're like I tuned in thinking that like, okay, does it really live up to like the Netflix drama and editing and like the whole presentation? And when you're watching it live, it actually kind of does. Like it's that intense. They're fighting for position. The pit stops are fucking insane. Like it's fast. It's fast.
I'm gonna have to learn how to watch racing.
Kel, if you were gonna watch a race, this is fucking crazy. Like watching some of the other stuff, some of the NASCAR stuff gets a little boring because they're so long and like but this is crazy.
I'm telling you, it's going to be an acquired taste because I don't know.
Back to Red Bull. So Red Bull North America has been giving us wings since '97, and they're based out of Santa Monica, California.
Okay.
See, what did I nearly nailed that.
Yeah, you almost had that exact year.
I'm like, dude, 98.
Yeah. So Lewis Hamilton He makes 40 million base. He can make up to 45 million euros with bonuses. Your boy Sergio Perez on Team Red Bull, he makes 5 million euros.
Wow.
He's the 9th paid Formula One driver.
Well, and he's in the number 2 spot on the number 2 team. So he's the Max Verstappen. Look up what Max
Verstappen is second at 30 million euros.
So what is Lewis Hamilton drives a Mercedes. What does Sergio drive? What is
Red Bull?
They're Red Bull.
No,
who makes
kind of
Honda?
car is
Honda?
it? It's not a Red Bull car.
It's Honda, I think.
It's a Honda motor in a Red Bull car.
Yeah.
Well, I know. Well, if I put Red Bull on my truck, it doesn't make it a Red Bull truck.
It's a Honda drivetrain.
It's a Honda drivetrain on a Red Bull constructed car. So
okay.
The specs are so tight in this stuff that Red Bull builds a car with a Honda motor. And what's really wild is that Honda said this is the last year that they're going to manufacture motors for Formula One. So Red Bull is actually
Are they losing money on this or what?
I don't know. I don't know how they would. I mean, they're in 2 of some of. So Honda makes a motor for Red Bull and Red Bull's baby company, which is called AlphaTauri. So Red Bull's A team is Red Bull Racing, and their B team is AlphaTauri. And AlphaTauri is fucking sick as shit too.
That sounds like a way better name than Red Bull.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
And Aston Martin, like it's kind of cool. Like, you see all these big names, Mercedes, McLaren, Ferrari, Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo. Yeah. All these like cool, and then you got kind of the deep cuts is the Haas team and the Williams design, so they're just pure racing. And, I don't know. It's fun. Like I've actually been kind of dorking out on it, and it's
cool.
It's cool. Yeah.
7 o'clock Sunday morning.
7 o'clock Sunday morning. If you guys want, it'd be fun.
If you got the jacuzzi ready and the TV outside, I will be there.
Nope. Just 7 o'clock jacuzzi. People smashing into each other and sliding off the damn thing because they're going, 205 miles an hour into a turn. Crazy.
When is it? Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday morning, Matt's house, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's early.
I think I found a lot for a model home.
You did?
Nice.
Nice.
Right now?
I think a conversation I'm having triggered a byproduct thought, but I think I found us a lot. Mike Benz.
Is that Eddie's grandson or
No,
or
one of his
son?
one of his sons?
Yeah. Dave, Mike. I think there's 3, but I think 2 run the Las Cruces real estate.
For as wealthy as those guys are, all I hear is that those guys work. You know what I'm saying? Like is for as well off.
He's easy to work with. He's a good dude.
Yeah, and
Eddie Benz.
I'm weirdly enough on a committee with Eddie Benz, and he's just a nice guy. I like him. Like I think it's really cool. I think they're and they build a lot of stuff for people, and yeah.
I have an idea. And Scott last night after you guys left is as gung-ho about the home gym as anything. Let me here. You know what? let me see. I'm gonna bring up a concept. CAD plans. I'll keep looking for one. Keep the conversation going while I look.
Formula One could be fun, guys. I mean, I know it's not like everybody's cup of tea, but I would suggest if you want to check it out, go on to Netflix and go to that Formula One Drive to Survive. The latest season, I think, is 3, and watch a couple episodes. It's so crazy. They're just going for it. And when you see the struggles the drivers are going through, and the drivers are all so different. They all have these different, some of them have like, one of the crazy things is like Lewis Hamilton's rags to riches story is nuts. Like his dad was, I think, getting like a few hours sleep a night just to get Lewis, going. And I think I was telling E and Kel at trivia the other night is that he was a remote control RC car champion. at like a crazy young age, like 6 or 7 years old, Nick. He's whooping ass, like 40-year-old
Dominates
dudes.
everything.
Yeah, 40-year-old dudes are doing RC cars, and he's beating them. And that's when his dad realized, like, he's got hand-eye coordination, like nobody's business as a kid.
Yeah.
And he has this meteoric rise of just being a grind. Like, he just grinds out, knows how to find the corner, knows how to get out.
That he did like some go-kart stuff and then
Dude, there's
moved his way up, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how many races there are. There's like 30 different races throughout the season. One is in the U.S.
Austin, Texas.
Austin.
Tickets are $1,800 each.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it might be it might be after Dogecoin goes
Come on,
to $1 million.
Dogecoin.
Yeah. Maybe it's in October. I mean, maybe.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
No, but one of these days we'll get over there. You know, one of these days maybe in the next 10, 15 years we'll go and be at a race. You know, it'd be even crazier.
Didn't you say
go to like Italy?
Go
to like Italy on a vacation and like make that part of the vacation is to go to somewhere beautiful and different, and not Austin, but like somewhere cool, Monaco or something. Monaco, guys, if there was the race to go to, the Monaco race is through the city. Yeah. Like they literally shut the fucking town down. And they do, because it's one race per city per year, right? So they shut the town down for this race.
Monaco's a country too.
Yeah. Is it a city in a country or no?
I think it's all in one.
Oh.
Like shit. Vatican City is also a country.
Oh, crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, maybe I did. Because that's the Catholic thing, right?
Yeah, that was on trivia, I think.
Yeah, I knew that. So Monaco is a city and a country, so it's like a city state?
Looks like it. Let's see. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
That's
cool.
Monaco, officially the Principality of Monaco. It's
a
sovereign city state.
Wow. But yeah, that's the crazy race where they shut down the whole town.
Yeah.
And they race through the town and the tunnel and the whole thing. It's freaking crazy. I think I sent you guys a link to Lewis on that crazy run. Did I send that to you guys? No, I'll find it and dig it up and send it. It's crazy. It's like bumper to bumper traffic. Just going hauling balls in like the fastest car you could possibly ever build. You know, it's just freaking crazy.
See how did you find out these ticket prices?
I went on the Formula One website and just to tickets on the top bar.
I hit tickets too, and I have to give my email to see.
Oh shit, maybe it changed. I don't know. No, this looks different than the last time I was on here. Australian Grand Prix.
Here's the concept that I want to kind of pitch, and I know that just understand that it's like I want to do it on a corner lot with a west-facing backyard, and I just think, tell me what you think about this kind of concept. So. Garage, we'll try to get a 3-car garage in here. I just don't know how wide we can go. But come in through the laundry, big mud room. And then off of the entry over here, I want this to just feel like this whole wall over here is glass.
Yeah.
And you walk in, the dining room's here, but then the kitchen is kind of here. And boom, living room, TV here, patio, pool. Could just be wherever. Bedroom, bath.
Kel, with that system that we saw, how stupid would this be? And it's just a thought. But like, what if the pool started on the side of the house by the dining room for a lap thing, and then just wrapped around to the back?
I know.
Why a west-facing backyard?
Sun
for the pool.
If your backyard's on the east and about 4 or 5 o'clock. Get ready.
The house puts it in the shade.
Oh yeah, I know that. That's the east facing. That's the deal with Nate's pool. But you get all the shit in the summer. It's nice, but I mean, why not a north-south facing pool? Not north-south facing home.
It will have a pool heater. You can heat it. So to worry about a pool, you never have to worry about a pool being hot enough. But
what's the square footage of this house?
2,070.
It's a good size house.
Nice.
I mean, like, it's a very unique concept because of the dining room. because you're walking into the dining room. But I just love the fact of just thinking like, dude, how cool this would look with all glass, just like boom, just killer.
I think walking into the dining room is fine because you're either gonna expect people or not expect people.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Don't get. I mean, I know that this is a unique configuration, but I love how kind of it just feels kind of cool, you know.
When you have people coming over, you can just move the dining room table into the garage, and then they'll be able to come in, and they won't even know it's the dining room.
What if you just have it pop out of the floor?
Oh yeah,
you've seen that, right, Matt? Haven't you seen that in the one house?
That'd be cool.
But this is a pretty cool little. I just think this is neat.
I like that.
I like your idea for the backyard and that other plan you would show with the barbecue. You had you showed us another plan with the barbecue grill and the pool and all that.
This one,
the pool. No, I think it was a 3-car, or is it it was that big?
Oh yeah, we won't have enough room to build that. This is the other one that I like, and here's what I like about it. So you come in the front, we've got an oversized 3-car garage, laundry room, half bath, just a little great room. I get rid of the dining room because the dining room will be outside. You know, that's where you go. This is where that would occur. The big sliding wall system that Matt loves, everyone loves.
Everybody loves it. I mean, and it's a huge expense, but man, it's such a feature. Like, it's such a freaking feature. It's like
it's so cool.
Up here, you have a bedroom, closet, a little mini kitchenette, and an ensuite bathroom, so that a person could consider this to be like an Airbnb. So, you know, if you just had your little place and you're like, look, you can access your Airbnb from here, and you can lock all of these doors and just be like, boom.
Right. That's cool. I saw a really cool design for a game room today that I want to share with you guys.
And then back into here to the master. And this is the one where we want to figure out how to make the pool touch the side of the house so that we can, that this bedroom feels like it's like on the water.
That'd be sweet.
Those are the two plans. But I think this one would feel neat because nobody's done this. This would be very unique.
How many square feet is that one?
So this one is 1835 with a 720 square foot garage. And this one is 2070 with a 500. I'd want to make this garage bigger. I'd have to figure out. But, you know, the key thing is figuring out where the lot is and what you could do on it.
Right.
That's sweet.
But I think it would be cool if you could open your master bedroom sliding windows and just jump into the pool, like have a little wet.
I agree.
There.
Yeah, where it's just like that same feel where you're in your master and you're just in and out. It's just right there.
Yep.
Me and Kelly have even talked about trying to incorporate it where the pool, like how close can you get the pool to the house where the windows go to the floor and you just feel like you're sitting on the water.
Yeah,
that would be
If
cool.
you did that, I don't think those windows could open. But nonetheless.
Well, if you got a door, they don't need to. If you got a door, they don't need to. They can go all the way to the ground and you can butt that thing.
No. Yeah.
Like
but
foundations
the way that I would want this to work is I would want the footing to turn into the pool, and then I would want the entry type sun deck to be right off of the patio.
Love it.
And that would be so dope.
For real though, how much would that cost? Like, we got one engineer detail done. Like, what does that cost? A few $1,000s to have an engineer basically say, this is the concrete detail you guys got to make sure works.
If we're building it for us, I'll stamp it.
This isn't on record.
Engineer.
We stopped recording.
I'm licensed.
After we do our research, of course.
Of course.
And calculations.
Of course.
Be great.
It's a cool.
Either option.
I
either
like
option's super cool.
I would love to try to figure out how to do something cool here, because I just love how this plan feels pretty neat.
Right.
And then we come in and ask Scott, how much space do you need to make your bedroom, to make your gym feel fucking legit?
Right.
What quick question on what sort of a range? I know you guys typically do high-end homes, but what's a range from like a low or a mid-range home price per square foot to a high-end price per square foot?
If we could find you a moderately priced lot, and if you would get the fuck out of the way, we could build you a cool fucking house in the $125 to $135 a square foot range.
Dang.
As soon as people get involved, it's going to be 150 to 175. And as soon as
nobody picks cheap stuff ever. Yeah, nobody ever picks cheap stuff.
Lots are
It just runs up price.
200. Huh?
I'm picking cheap stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's what's hilarious. Did you guys see the photo of the pantry?
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That was nice.
Dude, that pantry is, and FYI, everyone is like, let's see here. 134 likes.
Wow.
Nice.
Hold on. Where's this at? Is this still up?
No.
Share. There you go.
What did you get the likes on?
This pantry right here.
Facebook.
134 likes.
How tall is the tallest shelf?
10 foot.
Well, they should see my pantry.
Your pantry's gonna be cool.
Hey,
Your pantry's gonna be
I want a wood top like that. So,
dude, I know. Okay, listen, we just learned how to do it, by the way.
awesome.
Brandon installed that for us today.
Of course he did. That dude's a
Okay, but look,
genius at
look
this
at the
stuff.
plugs. So, like, this is a totally functional countertop.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like an extension of the kitchen in a lot of ways.
It's exactly what that is.
And you get to hide all your stupid shit. So if you want to make toast or blend or like do all that kind of stuff, you could do it in that. Or even, like some people are about bread. If they have a bread maker, a toaster, like all that kind of thing, like you could be tucking that stuff on that countertop. It's out of view. It's out of sight. You keep the kitchen looking really nice and clean, and you have that kind of separate area to run those types of appliances.
If you're doing, I think if you're doing something like that, maybe you just have it towards the external wall where you can put a little window up top, just
like
for
it.
some.
Here's
little
the problem with
highlight.
windows.
Or yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what Kel's about to say.
Here's the problem with windows in a pantry.
Food storage.
Sometimes in the summer, it gets hot, and certain things that you're like, oh man, I didn't even think about this getting extra hot. We've run into it when back in the day with GL, and it was like, dude, it got so hot, certain stuff melted.
Oh shit.
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, maybe just making sure that it's good to go as far as.
Well, Matt's
so that's why I was saying like a little one, just for some like up high, a little one for ventilation. If you are doing some crazy shit in there, like baking bread, you don't want it
venting. You want to vent
the
some
whole
stuff out.
house up, so you just have a little one up top.
Yeah.
You could, if you went really elaborate, you could easily throw a little mini split in there or something to like really, if you really wanted to go, for the fence and make a really crazy area as a pantry, there are solutions for sure. I mean, it doesn't even have to be that. There's dampers and all kinds of things that can be done.
Well,
from an HVAC
that's why
standpoint.
that's why you guys are the builders.
Yeah.
I just throw a crazy idea out and you guys fix it.
music.
So what do you drink tonight, Matt?
Oh man, you're gonna love it. I had a wild day at work today, so I went for it.
Oh, the
Cracked
Pinhook.
this Bad Larry up. It's my favorite. I think this is my favorite bourbon actually. The Pinhook Bohemian bourbon. It's 15.3 hands, so it's a tall horse. It's a handsome horse.
Well, going back to those horses.
Oh, she be a tall horse.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's
Are we talking like strong hands or like shack hands?
Yeah.
It's 27 Trump hands or 15.3 Nick Eckert hands.
What do you like? I mean, like compare it. Like give it like
It's super smooth. It's super smooth, and it's you know, for it being a 95 proof, it's super smooth. It's really really super smooth. It's got kind of a like a little caramely thing where it's sweet, but it's not like, you know, like Maker's Mark sweet. It's
pretty.
But it's got a little bit of a sweetness to it. I like that. It's sweet, but it's also I don't know how it manages to be like kind of sweet and dry at the same time, which is kind of one of the reasons I like, you know, some of those like higher proof ones, like the old granddads and whatnot. They're kind of like a drier. You don't feel like you're like that, because Maker's is kind of like a thick, like it feels thick to me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's like a thicker bourbon. And this is just nice. I don't know. It reminds me a lot of Buffalo Trace, but it's like way more mellow than Buffalo Trace.
Hey, you can just tell that it's better.
Yeah, it's just better.
The Lowe's Homes liked our pantry.
Oh shit! No,
They got it.
They're gonna be doing it now.
Yep.
Hey, say imitation is the most
trendsetter.
Right.
Trendsetter.
Hey, trust me, we got the video to prove it. I love, and you know what? We live in a world where I would rather help out my competitors, the people, and you know what? They're not even our competitors. They're people that are in the same industry as us. And if we come up with a good idea and it can make their product better, I'm cool with that. And if they don't want to give us credit, then that's up to them. And you know what? I think a lot of times, a lot of people who we work with would be like, "No, dude, we got this idea from them, and these guys fucking knock it out of the park." So,
well, I mean, our customers are pretty sophisticated, so they kind of keep up with stuff before they make their decision. So, I mean, it really boils down to the fact that when you're, and I'm not trying to toot our own horns or whatever, but if you're doing something with us, you talk to us. You know, there's not a sales rep. There's not somebody who's making you check off a bunch of boxes on a form. You get a customized proposal about what you're going to get. And then we spend the entire time during the project doing our goddamn best to make it as good as we can. And that's the service that we offer. And whether that service is our interaction with them or trying to make the product as good as we can through the process, you know, there's what's funny is sometimes customers get upgrades that they don't even know they got until later. You know, I distinctly even remember, you know,
surprising them.
Well, not even just that, just, you know, I'm thinking of a customer who was upset about a couple of things. And when we ran through the whole process and what had happened, and then there was a dispute about an invoice with this whole, anyway, but long of the story short is it was like upgraded paint. And he was going, well, why is there upgraded paint? And I said, oh, here's the thing. Like we don't use builder grade paint. We use a 0 VOC paint. And he goes, well, wait, what? I said, no, that's just something that we did because but you don't have to pay for that. We're taking care of that. Like that was part of the deal, but we just want to make sure that you're getting the product. It's the same paint you have in your house, you know, like we made sure that you got the 0 VOC, really high quality industrial grade paint, because why not? We're doing it once, right? We want to do it once. We want to give you something that's not going to off gas a bunch of bullshit, something that would have any carcinogens or any negative effects on you and Ash and your pups and, you know, your little fam, you know, and we want something that's going to be resilient and be a good high quality product. But that's just something that we do, you know, and that's something that we go through the process. You know, we just want to make sure that we're using the products that are really, really good. And we try to pay attention to all of those things along the way, right?
See, that's really, I did not know that. So thank you.
No, you bet. I mean, but it's just part of what we do. Part of what we do. That's our job.
Exactly. But I think that a lot of people think that just paint is paint. We don't know. We don't know that there's differences.
Right.
So to know that is comforting.
And maybe Kel, maybe that's something we add to the specifications sheet or whatever, that that we're using, you know, a 0 VOC paint.
I don't think we need to specify it. I think it's something that I think it's part of just doing business. Like several things that we do that are always like, oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, no, that's just how we do it. Like
it's just the norm for your company. This is what we do.
Share something else with you guys real quick, which made me laugh today. Did you guys see this photo?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Great.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That Exy back there?
Yeah, Exy's over here.
Nice.
Justin Goad.
Yep.
Me. So when I was playing at Mexico Junior College, there was my buddy Brandon Ridenauer, who is Brian Urlacher's best friend. So when I go over to Phoenix, Brandon takes care of me. My friend, who's the professor, who I told you guys some funny stories about. Remember the story? That I'll take that as a no.
No, you actually cut out. It went
Oh.
quiet.
Sorry. Do you remember the stories of me telling you about my friend who's now a professor in Texas?
No.
You cut out.
Still?
No.
Yeah.
I'm cutting out? Fuck.
No. You're not cutting out. Matt just doesn't.
Who is that,
Matt
Kelly?
doesn't remember.
Matt, were you not there when we were talking about like him trying to poop on people?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the guy?
Yes.
Oh, he's the pooper. Okay.
Phantom poop. Well, not the phantom shitter. Bug up here, which E knows.
I met Bug. Yeah, I went a long time ago.
Steamboat Springs.
Yep.
Ronald Hughes. He was from L.A.
Who's the shitter guy again? What's his name?
John Pruitt.
John Pruitt's got some calves, bro. Look at that.
Dude, we were all like, I mean, dude, look at these grown man legs. Like, what is up with
Let's
us?
not get carried away, but okay.
No, I'm just talking about the hair.
Oh.
Look at how dark the hair. I mean, it's like,
Whoa.
Pruitt's got like 3 foot long shin bones.
Dude,
Yeah, what's going on with those shins?
well, and then look, I told him today, I sent him this photo. I'm like, dude, was your ankle brace from 1982? I'm pretty sure that's the only ankle braces Lovington High School had. And
Yeah,
so,
it looked like moon boots.
So, Exy, Albert was from Thomas Edison High School in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And the year that he was a senior, they beat Roman Catholic. Roman Catholic was where Rasheed Wallace went, and Rasul Butler. And they beat Rasul Butler's team in the City League Championship.
Dang.
And it was awesome. So then Albert went and played at Youngstown State. Exy went and played at Western New Mexico and dunked on the Aggies in a game, and it was awesome. And we were there, and we loved it. And Ronald, he was from California, but I want to say he became a minister.
Oh, cool.
I think Bug's up in Colorado. John's a professor. Justin's in hiding in northern New Mexico.
Witness protection.
Brandon is out there running a giant landscape, kind of huge company for Brian.
Nice.
You know, Exy played with us in that Alamo tournament that one year, and I hadn't seen him since till the wedding.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like, I was like, you remember me? And he's like, oh yeah. You know, he's such a cool guy.
The cool story about Exy is Exy got kicked out of the dorms my sophomore year at NMJC. And I came home and told my grandmother, I was like, man, one of our guys got kicked out. He's going to have to go back to New Jersey. And she's like, he can stay in the front bedroom. And so I went over and told him, I was like, hey, you can come live with us in Lovington. And he's from Sicklersville. Let's see here.
Sicklersville, New Jersey.
Sicklerville, New Jersey. And
that's cool.
He moved in with us and finished the whole year with us. And what was hilarious is I was driving my car, which I want to say I had like a red Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Fancy.
Dude, I was about that life,
Yeah.
And we had different classes, and then out of nowhere, my grandmother was like, Exy, like, if you need to do something, just take the minivan. And then so one day I'm up at school, and here comes the freaking Astro van, just like, brrr, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, and Exy was like, Gran told me to drive. And I was like, okay, have fun.
Like, do you even have a license?
No one knows, but no, he's in Phoenix. He chimed in.
He's in Phoenix, and we didn't catch up with him?
He works for like automotive testing companies or something. He like test drives these like new vehicles for auto companies.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Dude,
How did we not meet up with him?
you know what? I always space out when I think about him. But he's in Phoenix.
No shit. Wow, that's
We
cool.
totally have to hit him up. He is the fucking nicest guy. He reposted it.
That's great.
Oh, dude, so funny. Such a nice guy. Nick, what are you drinking?
I have like a ton of leftover beer from Easter, so I'm still drinking Modelo from like last time.
Nice. Good beer. It's a good beer.
Yeah. So maybe next week I'll find myself a Zima or something.
Nice.
Zima, nice. I
Yo,
like
what do
it.
you and Eric got?
So I finally got a couple of those bottles. I left the Buffalo Trace at Matt's house just because I know, you know. But this was one E picked up for me.
The Davis County, in the cask.
Nice.
Davis County limited edition.
Cool.
In the Sauvignon.
In the barrel, the wine barrel?
Yeah.
Yep. It's
Wow.
finished in the
Wow.
wine barrels.
Lux Road Distillers. Did you guys watch the Netflix or either one of those shows that we talked about? Not Proof. What was it called?
The other one, the one that you told, the Kentucky one, is on Amazon, and I don't have Amazon. I tried to
I don't
log
have
in.
Amazon.
I tried to get Matt's stuff, but it kicked me out. So
Oh, it won't let you do it. I'll give you mine and just we can try. We'll see.
But-
They're so much smarter than they used to be.
Right, on the login.
but I have seen the one on Netflix. I've seen Neat.
Neat.
Oh,
So
which is- have to check that out. I'll have to check that out.
Neat isn't on Netflix.
Or
anymore.
Hulu. I'm sorry. Hulu. Yeah.
E, what do you got?
Well,
I'm
can
drinking.
I talk about it, Matt?
Oh,
Jeez.
Matt's got him on a mission.
Fucking. Yeah, I know, right?
Dude, just go, Matt. Like,
I know. Just go and do you. So Eric was super interested because it's in a Cavignon or Sauvignon cask, and it's a 96 proof. Says it's a heritage from 1874, which I assume that's just the distiller, and sour mash. It's really, I don't know. It's kind of mellow. I don't know if I pick up any wine, anything.
swirl it, give it a little swirl over the tongue.
But it's a 96 proof, and I'm telling you, if you stay under 100 proof, it's smooth.
yeah, there's a problem. There's definitely a problem. Like too many of those, they're like, what are you trying to prove with your proofs? Like it gets way out of hand.
Yeah. So I was reading the other day that the higher the proof, the more of the tasting notes that you're missing.
I can buy that.
They really try to stay like, I think, like 105, 103, something like that. So
That's still
get those,
crazy, man. That's
still get those
I think
flavors.
that's one of those reasons I like that Old Forester, just that classic. It was the 86 or whatever. It's a good.
No, well, and then that was the funny story about how the term 86 came about. Is it has to do with the proof. Like when stuff's canceled, 86. There's a whole deal about it in one of those videos. Remember
Has
what
to
it
do
was?
with proofs of bourbon.
E, what do you got? Old Forester?
I got Old Forester,
Nice.
1910.
What's the proof on
which
that?
is old fine whiskey. So this is a interesting story. So 1910, the reason why it's 1910 is there was a fire on the production line, and so all the mature whiskey needed to be bottled that was ready to be bottled. It couldn't, so they had to store it in a secondary barrel. And so now they've tried to recreate that whole deal where it's done maturing and then they'll finish it in another barrel.
Oh, so it's become kind of part like a unique process.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow.
So it's 93 proof. It's good. It's got it's a little caramelish, not too much caramel. Like Pappy 10 is real caramel to me. This Old Forester is very hints of caramel, some spice in there. So very good bottle. I recommend it. Between $40 and $50, you should be able to find it for.
Where? So you
Nice.
got this at
That was at Juanito's.
Juanito's? How
Mhm.
much is it?
Funny you ask. I still have the receipt right here. So
That's got to be a great receipt, by the way.
Davis County 96 was $33.
Oh, that dude.
Wow.
Not bad at all.
Bargain.
And what's cool is it's not something that a lot of people would just have on their shelves.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, birthday gift. Okay, look, I am almost ready to wrap it up. I do want to explain that I got a birthday gift. Gift, not a gift. I thought it was like a walrus. Play with me. One joke. I got a gift for you, man. I got a gift for you. And Jess signed me up for a year for Flaviar, the alcohol one where you get they'll mail you a bottle
Oh, damn.
of whatever you want. Let me see.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let me see if I can get in here real quick, just to show you. So here we go. Share screen. So let's see here, order history. So you get every 3 months you get to get a bottle, and so I got the Wild Turkey Long Branch.
Oh, nice. There you go.
So that's coming, and then my tasting box where they send me 3 samples. They send me a sample every month,
I
and
like the name of that one.
I got Whiskey Gangs of New York.
Is that That's Widow Jane in the front?
Yes.
I've been wanting to taste that for
Okay.
a long time.
We have something coming. So it's pretty cool. Stop share. Matt's got to go.
No,
That's cool.
Matt
That's a
doesn't
cool
have
idea.
to go.
So
You know
yeah.
what, Matt? Don't schedule shit on Thursdays, okay? It's that simple.
Dude, you know what's hilarious is for
It's
the long
it's a unique situation. And
we
I'll
begged
elaborate
him,
later.
we begged him and begged him and begged him to help come up with a fucking schedule so that we could be like an hour to an hour and a half. And today, the only reason I didn't want to end is he's like, hey guys, we got to wrap this up by 9, like 10. And I'm like, yep, good luck.
Yeah. Yep. That's what we're here for, Matt.
We're gonna end this. It's gonna be like 3 hours long.
I'm not gonna say I'm not
It's
signing off.
going to be
so.
2 hours because we're done. We're clearly done.
I'm Matt.
Yeah, that's not how it works. So Formula One, Matt. Cars, like wheels. Do they all have 4 wheels or some like 2?
I think you guys forget that I'm in charge of the Zoom here. So we've already stopped recording, and
I like that.
It still says recording up top. You're a liar.
Eric, if his head gets in the middle, it goes fo. It's just
So Matt, I've sent you some Instagram posts about souping up the Tesla.
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel like I understand how you soup up an electric car, so I need to learn more about that.
So the first thing that they recommended was wheels.
Really?
Wheels for weight.
Yeah, that makes sense. Rolling.
However,
I have the upgraded. Mine have the upgraded wheels on it.
So you need to go watch the video that I sent.
Second
you.
thing, take out all the seats.
You're just responding to me without seeing the research that I did for you. So
Yeah. Thanks a lot. You know how much time E spent on that?
yeah, like a full 10 minutes. You know?
thank you.
I love that car. It's so cool.
You're gonna have to take out the seats if you want to be sporty.
Got it.
Have you ever watched Police Academy? Because that's what Hightower has to do to
Fit in there.
I think that's what Exy does too. Test drive those cars.
Do you drive from the back seat? It's funny. I'm sitting here and Ray is on the bed just looking in the door at me like, hey, what are you doing? So, well, gentlemen,
Great time.
privilege.
Yes, always.
Guess that's it. I'm E.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Matt.
I'm Nick. Please tune in next week. We got maybe a guest next week. Like us, comment, share our.
We'll do a better job of getting it up faster too.
We'll get it up
Yep.
faster. That's what's gonna happen. Definitely get it up faster.
All right.
We will do a better job. Won't
I
we?
guess we won't stay on afterwards. So
No.
see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Later,
Later,
guys.
guys. Love you.
Peace out.
Bye.